Hello duelists! Rossmero here, and today we're going to be opening the brand new structure deck R, Dragunity Drive. As usual, here's our playmat featuring Dragunity Knight Areadbhair and Dragunity Arms Graham. Here's our Legends of the Dragon Ravine bonus pack, which we'll be opening later. Now let's take a look at the structure deck itself, starting with its new key card, Dragunity Arms Graham. This card name's first, second, and third effects can only be activated once per turn. First of all, by banishing 2 dragon or winged beast monsters from your grave, you can special summon this card from the hand or the grave. Second effect, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Its effects are permanently negated and its attack is reduced by 1000 for each equipped spell on your field. Third effect, when a monster on your opponent's field is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you can equip it to discard as an equipped card. Now, following the trend of the new bosses for each structure deck R, we can see really the strong points of all of the different effects that are usable by Graham here. First of all, making it extremely easy to access and summon with the very easy special summon from both the hand and grave with the banish 2 is kind of an easy cost to fulfill. The second effect is really powerful as well, being a permanent effect negation and a permanent attack decrease, which is in the level of the thousands, so it wouldn't be surprising if your opponent's monster's attack power get reduced to 0 even for their bosses with this effect. And it has a lot of internal synergy with its final effect, which allows it to easily accumulate more equipped spells, or rather equipped cards in the form of your opponent's destroyed monsters, which further magnifies the power of the second effect, while also blocking your opponent from making use of their card's effects from the grave by causing them to come to your field instead of being sent to the grave instead. So overall, I think this is a really strong and fitting boss for the whole new Dragunity archetype. Now let's take a look at the next new card, Dragunity Regatus. This card name's first and second effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, if you have a Dragunity monster or the Dragon Ravine on your field, you can special summon this card from the hand. Second effect, if you have a Dragunity monster card in your spell trap zone, you can target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy it. I mean, there's not much to say here, right? Super simple, really strong, very nice and good support for the whole Dragunity mechanic. Now next up, we have Dragunity Rems. So this is another new card in normal parallel rare. This card name's first and second effects can only be activated once per turn, and it can only be used as synchro material for the synchro summon of a Dragunity Synchro Monster. First effect, you can discard this card from the hand to search for Dragon Ravine from your deck. Well, here we go! Second effect, if you have a Dragunity monster on your field, you can special summon Rems from the grave. However, this card special summoned by this way is banished when it leaves the field. And during this turn, you can only special summon Dragon-type monsters from the extra deck. So very nice. On one hand, it's a Dragon Ravine Searcher, which is going to be really strong in this deck, and it's also essentially a free tuner that'll come out so long as you have a Dragunity monster on your field. So very nice tech over there. Now moving on, it looks like we're entering reprint territory. Finally, I remember this card so much when I got the original Dragunity structure deck back in the 5Ds era. Dragunity Arms Levitine. And now I believe we are going to, enter reprint territory. Mistil Primus Plus, of course. And Ducks. This is Ducks. Synates. I'm not too sure how well their names translate into English. I'm just reading out the Japanese names. Legion. This is Black Spear. This one I remember. This is one of the most iconic ones, right? And it looks like they're including this guy in super rare Dragunity Phalanx. This is another old one. Pretty cool. And Achilles, I remember this one very much from the original structure deck as well. Wait, I believe this should be new. Kuze. Oh no, it's a reprint as well, but it's a very recent card from Cybernetic Horizon, a set from the Vrains era, which is why I don't really recognize it as much as these other ones, which are just so nostalgic. Brandistock and Corsiska, of course. And okay, it looks like we're getting a reprint of those elemental dragons again. Here we have Tempest, and yep, complete reprint territory already. A lot of dragon support. I see some winged beast support as well with Black Feather, Zephyros, DD Crow even. And here we are moving on into spells and traps, and I believe this is a new card, Dragunity Draft. You can only activate one card with this name per turn. First effect, when activated, you can target one level 4 or lower Dragunity monster in your grave, and if you do, add it to your hand. Nice search. Second effect, while this card is in your spell trap zone, if your Dragunity monsters with an original level or 5 or higher attack, they are unaffected by your opponent's effects until the end of the damage step. Dude, now that is so good because like Dragunity is kind of like, I feel like their mechanic is very offense focused. Like we can see from the new Gram, you want your attacks to go through, destroy your opponent's monsters by battle, and then absorb them as equip spells. So having that sort of like defense as you are attacking is really powerful, man. That is sick. Now next we have the Dragunities of the Hurricane, a quick play spell in super rare. You can only activate one card with this name per turn if there are monsters only on your opponent's field. Special summon one Dragunity Tuner and one Winged Beast Dragunity monster from your deck with their effects negated. After that, if your opponent has a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck on their field, Synchro summon a Dragon type Synchro monster from your extra deck using only Dragunity monsters on your field as materials. After this card's activation, until the end of the turn, you can only special summon Dragon type monsters from the extra deck. Dude, that is just sick, man. Like, there's so much potential built into this card, both offensively and defensively. Like, your opponent goes first, they've got monsters, the turn passes over to you, you've got no monsters because it's your first turn, you just use this card, you instantly can set up the materials for a Dragunity Synchro monster on your field. Meanwhile, later into the game, when your opponent is like trying to finish you off and pushing for advantage, if they manage to wipe out all the monsters on your field and then they go for the offensive, you can suddenly activate this if you've set it the previous turn. While you have no monsters on the field, suddenly bring out two Dragunity monsters which can, on one hand, defend you, and on the other hand, if your opponent has like extra deck monsters on their field, suddenly transform into like a Dragunity boss in order to stop their advance. So very cool stuff, I really like this card. Moving on, looks like this is another normal parallel rare new spell card, Dragunity Glow. First of all, just really like the reference to the dual terminal lore here with the Dragunities facing off against the dragons of the ice barrier. This card name's first and second effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, search your deck or grave for a level 5 or higher Dragunity monster and add it to your hand. Second effect, target one monster card in your spell trap zone that is currently equipped to a Dragunity monster. Special summon that monster in defense position. Wait a minute. So you guys will notice that the dragon that they're actually featuring in this artwork here is our brand new boss, Dragunity Arms Gram, and these two cards have such epic synergy together. Like, just by first you play this card, right, to search out Gram, and then you put Gram down on the field. Gram destroys one of your opponent's monster, steals it as an equip. Then by banishing this card from the grave, you essentially gain control of one of your opponent's bosses without its effects being negated. Now, that is pretty cool right there. So there we have Dragunity Glow, and yup, okay, these are all like the familiar old reprints, this epic scene from the second part of the dual terminal lore. Cards of Consonance, I believe that's the TCG name. I think that's a pretty good card, and of course we've got this Dragon Shrine that's used in Blue Eyes decks as well. Foolish Burial, very nice. And what is, oh, a Gar Dragon card, I believe. Not too familiar with these World Legacy cards. And now moving into traps, we are starting off with Dragunity Void. I believe this is a new card. You can only activate one card with this name per turn, while you have a Dragunity Synchro monster on your field. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card, you can negate that card's activation and banish it. On top of that, if you have a level 10 or higher Dragunity monster on the field, you can choose one of your Dragunity monsters and have it gain 100 attack for each face-up banished card in both players' banished zones. Of course, this is a permanent attack increase, very nice. I like the negation, the counter. Dragunity Drive, I believe this is an old card that we saw already. Yup, funnily enough, the TCG name for this is Dragunity Legion, which then kind of takes away the reference to the structure deck's full name. And of course here we have Void Trap Hole, moving into the Trap reprints. Gravity Collapse Red Reboot, very nice, love this trap card, pretty powerful. And with that, it looks like we are moving into Synchro Monsters. Here we have Dragunity Knight Escalon, Dragunity Knight Gaybolt, and the Dragunity Linked Monster, Dragunity Knight Romulus. Now these two I know are definitely reprints. Escalon I believe is new. Well, it's new to me at least because I just checked and it is a reprint, and again it's one of the new Dragunity support cards from Cybernetic Horizon, which I missed out together with that other smaller main deck monster. So with that, let's open this Legends of the Dragon Ravine pack. here we go! And starting off, we have the monster, the brand new monster featured on the pack itself, Dragunity Knight Areadbhair. So this is their new main boss, which is a level 10 Dragunity Synchro Monster. After that, it should just be reprints. Yup, here we have Dragunity Knight Barcha in Secret Rare. Wow, I wonder if they're all secret or like which one you get secret is random. Well, anyway, we have Barcha in Secret, Gay Dirk in Super, and finally, of course, this one, Vasharanda in Super as well, followed by Dragon Ravine, a reprint, the field spell in Super Rare. Now let's take a look at our brand new Synchro boss, Areadbhair. The summoning conditions are pretty simple, a Dragunity tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. Discard names first, second and third effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish a Dragunity monster in your grave to negate that activation and banish the card. Second effect, at the end of damage calculation, where this monster battled and destroyed an opponent's monster, you can banish that opposing monster. Third effect, if this Synchro Summon card is destroyed by your opponent, you can destroy all of your opponent's spell and trap cards. Now, this is just a really awesome boss, man, for Dragunity. I really like how the attack and defense is both quite comparable, so even if the attack position changes, it's still quite durable in that sense. It goes very well with the trap card we saw earlier, Dragunity Void, which gives your Dragunity monster a boost for each banished face-up card, right? Because both its first, second effects allow you to continue banishing your opponent's monsters to kind of fill up the banish zone in that sense. And being a level 10 Dragunity monster, that also allows you to meet the condition for Dragunity Void's second effect as well. And finally, I just simply love those kind of like revenge effects where when a monster dies, it basically causes some kind of massive chain reaction on the field, which is just gonna screw up your opponent's game. And the ones I like the most are the ones which destroy all of your opponent's spell and traps, just like Mass Hero Acid, I believe, although for Acid I think it's when he hits the field, and for Absolute Zero it's the one where he's destroyed and all of your opponent's monsters are destroyed as well. That'll be all for this Structure Deck R opening. If you enjoyed this video, as usual, do give it a like. Let me know what you guys think about these new cards in the comment section down below. Overall, compared to like the other Structure Deck Rs we've seen so far, I think this one is a bit more simple and straightforward, which is a bit faithful to the whole like Dragunity aggro style. And what I really like about this new modification to the Dragunity archetype, what I feel they've added is I think that they've made it a lot more easier to basically make plays, get Dragunity monsters on the field, build your bosses, get them out, while also giving the deck a bit more defensive potential to protect your spear as you're driving it through your opponent, for example in the form of like spell trap and monster effect negation, and also giving your Dragunity monsters effect immunity until the end of the damage step. So a lot of cool stuff, really like what I'm seeing here. Don't forget to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG booster box and product openings on the day of release. Our next release is going to be next month, September 12th, with the next brand new deck build pack, Genesis Impactors, which features the new Drytron archetype, which I am super hyped about. It's like a legion of ritual mechanic robotic machine dragons, and your designs are just so cool, and they have a really cool like summoning ritual mechanic that's kind of different from all of the ritual archetypes we've seen so far as well, so that's something I'm really looking forward to. With that, hope to see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Our chance encounter brought color deep into my life. I will show